Hello friends and my dear students, welcome back to my channel Phoenix Physics. Today we are going to learn electrostatic potential at a point due to an electric dipole. To know the formula, that is V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. This is the formula. Today we are going to calculate electric potential due to an electric dipole. What is dipole? Two equal and opposite charges separated by a distance constitute an electric dipole. Same way here, consider two equal and opposite charges separated by a distance 2a. From this center to minus q, distance is a. From this center to plus q, the distance is a. So, two equal and opposite charges separated by a distance 2a. Here, P be the point at a distance r from the center of the dipole. This O is my center. Okay. So, P be the point at a distance r from the center of the dipole. Let theta be the angle between OP. So, this is OP line, OP and the dipole axis. This is my dipole axis. What is R1? R1 is nothing but distance from P to Q plus Q. So, R1 is the distance from P to plus Q. What about R2? R2 is distance from P to minus Q. P to minus Q. So, how do you calculate potential at P due to plus Q? Say this potential is V1. So, V1 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Q by R1 because the distance is R1. So, this is my equation 1. How did I write this formula? Based on this general formula. Next one, the potential at P due to minus Q is V2. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R2. This is my equation 2. How do you calculate the total potential? V is equal to V1 plus V2. Equation 1 and 2. So, V can be written as, what is V? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R1 minus this minus Q by R2. So, Q is common, take it outside. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. This is my total potential at P. Say this is equation 3. Now I want to find out what is 1 by R1, what is 1 by R2. Applying cosine law. For example, consider this triangle. Know that triangle has 3 angles. So, this is one angle A, this is another angle B and this is another angle C. So, opposite to A angle is A side, opposite to B angle is B side, opposite to C angle is C side. Then, how do you write the cosine formula? For example, I am going to calculate A angle. So, for this A angle, this A side is opposite. So, A square is equal to B square. B and C are adjacent side. B square C square minus 2BC cos A. Going to use the same formula to find out 1 by R1 term and 1 by R2 term. Consider the triangle BOP. You write cosine formula. I want to find out this R1 because I need R1 term. So, if I want to find out R1 means you write like this. R1 square is equal to R square plus A square because these two are adjacent side. Here for this A angle B and C are adjacent side. So, R1 square is equal to R square plus A square minus 2RA cos theta. So, how did I write this equation? Based on this cosine law. I am going to take R square outside. So, here 1 plus, you can write 1 plus a square by r square minus 2ra by r square cos theta. So cancel this r and r. So remaining term r square is equal to 1 plus a square by r square
minus 2a by r cos theta.
Suppose r is very much greater than a. So P is far away from the dipole, means this r distance is very much greater than this a distance. So under this condition, you should neglect a square by r term. So you need not worry about this term. Then remaining term r1 square is equal to r square 1 minus
2a by r cos theta.
Take square root on both the sides. So r1 is equal to r
1 minus 2a by r cos theta.
the whole power 1 by 2, because I am taking square root on both sides. Now you take reciprocal of r1. 1 by r1, 1 by r
1 minus 2a by r cos theta whole power 1 by 2.
or you can write 1 by r
1 minus 2a by r cos theta
the whole power plus 1 by 2 becomes minus 1 by 2 when it comes to numerator. So this is minus 1 by 2. Going to apply binomial theorem. Suppose 1 minus x to the power of minus n means can be written as 1 plus nx. Here instead of x I have
2a by r cos theta
the whole power minus 1 by 2. How do you write 1 minus into minus plus? So 1 by 2 into
2a by r cos theta.
cancel this 2.
Remaining term is 1 plus a by r cos theta.
Substitute in this formula. So 1 by r1 is equal to 1 by r
1 plus a by r cos theta.
Same way I am going to calculate this 1 by r2 term also. Next I am going to take this triangle, that is AOP. Here this portion is r2, this one is r, and the angle is 180 degree minus theta. How did I write 180 degree minus theta? Because the whole angle is 180 degree. I hope you know that, because it is a straight line. So 180 degree. This angle alone theta means the remaining angle is 180 degree minus theta. R2 square. R2 square means, how do you write? R square, this is A. So R square plus A square minus 2RA cos, instead of theta you can write 180 degree minus theta. If it is 180 degree minus theta means cos 180 degree is minus 1. So minus into minus plus, you can write r square plus a square plus 2RA cos theta. Why did I write plus 2RA? Because cos 180 degree is minus 1. So based on that I have put plus sign. So this is r2 square. Same way you take r square outside. R square is equal to 1 plus a square by r square plus 2RA by r square cos theta. Cancel this r. Here r is very much greater than a means a square by r square term can be neglected. So remaining term r2 square is equal to r square 1 plus 2a by r cos theta. Now take square root on both sides. So r2 is equal to r 1 plus 2a by r cos theta the whole power 1 by 2. Next I want 1 by r2 term. So you take reciprocal of r2, that is 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by r. This term becomes 1 plus 2a by r cos theta the whole power minus 1 by 2. Now you apply binomial theorem. 1 plus x the whole power minus n is equal to 1 minus nx. So based on the formula you have to write 1 plus 2a by r cos theta the whole power minus 1 by 2. How do you write? 1 minus 1 by 2 into 2a by r cos theta. So cancel this. So remaining term 1 minus a by r cos theta. So substitute in this formula. 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by r 1 minus a by r cos theta. Just now we derived 1 by r1 term and 1 by r2 term. Substitute these two values in equation 3. So what is our equation 3? That is q by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by r1 is 1 by r 1 plus a by r cos theta. Then 1 by r2 is 1 by r 1 minus a by r cos theta. Here take this r outside. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r into 1 plus a by r cos theta. Here I have taken 1 by r outside. So minus 1 minus into minus plus a by r cos theta. So cancel this plus 1 minus 1. Here I have q by 4 pi epsilon naught r, that is 2a by r cos theta. Just to rearrange this, here I have 2a, here I have q. So you can write v is equal to 2aq cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r, here 1 r. So 4 pi epsilon naught r square. The magnitude of dipole moment vector modulus of p can be written as 2aq. Either you can write modulus of p vector or simply p alone. So instead of 2aq, substitute this p. So v is equal to p cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. This is our final expression. This is my a vector and this is my b vector. Both the vectors make angle theta here. Then how do you write a dot b? A dot b can be written as modulus of a modulus of b cos theta. So p vector dot r cap can be written as modulus of p vector modulus of r cap cos theta. So r cap is nothing but unit vector. So simply you can write mod p can be written as simply p cos theta. So instead of p cos theta you can write p dot r. Here I have p cos theta. So v can be written as p vector dot r cap divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. What is this r cap? I have already said this is unit vector. So unit vector from O to P. So unit vector from O to P is r cap. So this is our final expression. Don't forget this. There are three special cases are given. Here P lies on the axial line on the side of plus Q, which means this P lies on the axial line on the side of plus Q, like this. You know the formula V is equal to P cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Just now we derived. So here theta is equal to 0 degree. You know that cos 0 is equal to 1. So substitute V value as
p by 4 pi epsilon naught r square.
Next case, here P lies on the axial line on the side of minus Q. Minus Q means here theta is equal to 180 degree. P lies on the axial line on the side of minus Q. That diagram. Here theta is equal to 180 degree. Now how do you calculate V? V is equal to P cos 180 degree by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. You know that cos 180 degree equal to minus 1. So V is equal to minus P divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Then third case, here P is at equatorial line. Equatorial line means at the center. Here angle is 90 degree. Theta is equal to 90 degree. You know that cos 90 is 0. So V is equal to 0. There are two important points are given. Electrostatic potential due to dipole V is equal to P cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Just now we have derived. Then electrostatic potential due to single point charge, or we can say monopole, means V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Here V is directly proportional to 1 by R square. Here V is directly proportional to 1 by R. What is the meaning? That is, R increases means V decreases. This is the actual meaning. But potential due to dipole falls faster than monopole. What is the meaning? Suppose R is equal to 2 means here V decreases 1 by 4 times. Why? Because I have R square. R square means 4. Here R equal to 2 means V decreases 1 by 2 times. That is why I said potential due to dipole falls faster than monopole. Here V decreases 1 by 4 times for dipole. Here V decreases 1 by 2 times for monopole. Here consider a point charge plus Q. The potential due to a point charge is spherically symmetric. What is the meaning? Spherically symmetric means the shape is sphere. Spherically symmetric means the potential is same at all the points on the surface of the sphere. So on the surface of the sphere, the potential V is same. This is the meaning. Here this potential depends only on R because sphere has one radius. So here this sphere has radius R. For a dipole, here minus Q and plus Q, two equal and opposite charges constitute an electric dipole. Here P be the point at a distance R from the center of the dipole. It makes an angle theta here. For a dipole, the potential is not spherically symmetric. If it is single point charge means it is spherically symmetric. For dipole means it is not spherically symmetric, but it has axial symmetry. I have dipole moment vector. You know the direction. It starts from minus Q to plus Q. So I mark the direction like this. Imagine this R rotates about this P by keeping theta constant, means you can get cone like structure like this. You can get cone like structure. Here the potential is same. In this shaded portion the potential is same. Why? Because each point has equal distance from the center of the dipole. So this shaded area has equal potential. Just now I mentioned dipole, potential due to dipole has axial symmetry. Axial symmetry means here this is one face, right? Imagine another diagram like this. So here also the potential is same. Here V is same. Here also V is same. This is my axial line. So this is called axial symmetry. So dipole means axial symmetry. Single point charge means spherically symmetric. So symmetric means potential is same at all the points. Here for dipole the potential is same at this portion. Here spherically symmetric means the potential is same on the surface of the sphere. In this class we discussed about electrostatic potential due to a dipole. We derived one formula, that is V is equal to P cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square, and then we discussed three special cases for different theta, for theta equal to 0 degree, 180 degree and 90 degree. Finally we discussed two important points. First one, the potential due to dipole falls faster than monopole. Second point, if it is point charge means spherically symmetric, if it is dipole means the potential is
axially symmetric.
What is symmetry? Symmetry means the potential is same. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my video. Thank you.